evening, campers. One of my most frequently asked questions is, well, how do I start reading? Like, what do I need to do to start a reading routine? If you're new here, all I do is book reviews. That is the bread and butter of this channel. It's just literature, literature, literature. There's nothing much else. So I read a lot and I speak about books a lot, and therefore people would assume that I have some really good insights. If you Google the question, you're gonna get like the worst piece of vague reading advice ever, which predominantly comes up with, if you read a few pages every day, by the end of the month you'll have read a lot of pages and you will have finished your book. I mean, that's great and all, but if someone said I want to watch more films, be saying, well, if you watch a few minutes of films every day, by the end of the month you will have finished the film. That's not really beneficial. Now, I understand that a film is a lot easier to engage with and a lot less effort than reading, but really you want to be asking, well, what books can I finish? I was speaking to my friend who wanted to start reading. He loves Les Mis. He was like, maybe I'll read Les Mis because I know the plot and I can follow it. The first thing I said was, no, because it's like 1,000 pages long. You are never going to finish the entire thing. If you want to start reading, aim small, aim short. Because if you're going to read a book like the Books of Jakob, I'll leave my review down below. That's 1,000 pages of Polish Commonwealth history. That's going to take you, that took me 3 months. This took me a bloody long time. You want to be reading books like these. It doesn't really matter what the titles are, who the authors are. You just want to read very small books, because even if you put very little effort into them, you will finish them. If you read Peter Hanker's The Left-Handed Woman, it's 70 pages. You will naturally, it's not going to take you more than a week. You naturally will read more than 10 pages a day. It's so dinky, but you finished the book. That's all that matters. Equally, I think what is very important if you're going in to start reading is read something that you have no idea about. I think one of the pitfalls is, similar to my friend, is trying to read something that you already know, but because you'll know the plot, even though the book can differ, and it'll give you a different perspective on the film or the TV program that you've watched, you already know it, so your concentration just wanes. You're more likely to pick up your phone, you're more likely to put on something on the TV, you're more likely to just not finish the damn thing. Read something that you have absolutely no idea about. One of my favourite tips that I give people is go to a bookshop or go to a library, because it's free. It's like the easiest. It sounds like it shouldn't exist, the library. It's just free books. Get a library card, go to like a free library, ask your mate, hey, have you got 3 books I can borrow? Like, whatever it is, if you don't have money, just borrow them. You don't have to spend loads of money on my books. A few of these are new. I've paid the full whack. Like, this was 25 quid, the Books of Jakob. Most of these I got secondhand in a bookshop for like 2 quid. Just get 3 books you have absolutely no idea about, and just make sure that they're really small. Finish those 3 books. Even if you hate it, just plow through. Because once you've done like 3 and you've got into completing books, you can move up the page count. And that, I promise you, is way more important than trying to like drag your ass through like 1,000-page chonker. Don't go for like the old classics as well. Unless you've like read classics before. I think going back like 200 years is a chore for most people. Go modern. To give you a heads up, I'm going to give you 3 books. I'm just going to pull 3 books, have a look for those, and read them. There we go. I've not actually read any of these books, so this is as wild as we can go. We've got Jan Martel's Beatrice and Virgil, who wrote Life of Pi. That's a fantastic book. So there's that one. That's really short. I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. There you go. That's really short. And The Collection by Nina Leger. I don't know any of those. Of Mice and Men's a really good one. It's like 120 pages. It reads like absolute wildfire. Again, they're small. They're under 200 pages each. You will be able to complete that. And if you think 200 is like undoable, go for something like Peter Hanker. Peter Hanker wrote loads of short books. I know that there are people who'll be like, oh, but the politics wrote Peter Hanker. If you started, just ignore the politics. Just ignore the bookish politics. Because trust me, it gets really boring. Trust me on that. I've done this for 2 years. Politics when it comes to book is really boring sometimes. Just read what you want. Just read what you want, but just focus on small and finishing the damn thing. That's my reading advice. Basically just aim small. Finish one book, put very little money into it, make sure the book's a novella, make sure it's very slim. That is all you have to do. If you have any other questions about reading or anything in particular that you want me to answer, let me know down below. I'll see you again. Bye!